Hi everyone, welcome to this week's astrology and tarot reading for the week of 27th to the 2nd of September, or 27th of August I should say, through to the 2nd of September. So I hope everyone's doing okay. We just had, just came off the full moon in Pisces, which was pretty intense I think. Some people may be feeling emotionally drained after that, or you know, that there is some kind of letting go in some way, or some kind of difficulty with emotion, because Pisces is a very, very emotional sign. So coming away from that, stepping into the new energy this week, you know, there's quite a strong energy now because we're going to have Mars going direct, which is great. So as I said last week, if you're someone that's ruled by Mars, you know, an Aries moon, Aries rising, or even Scorpio sun, moon or rising, or if you have prominent Mars in your astrology chart, this is really good for you, but it's also good for everybody. So all signs will benefit from Mars moving forward. So what you'll notice, you'll probably notice energy starting to pick up this week. So technically Mars goes direct on this Tuesday, but and it's direct in Capricorn, and then it will move forward into Aquarius. So you may start to notice in the next few days or so, your energy starts to pick up. You start to feel that sort of momentum come back. You start to feel like you can get things done more productively, proactively, you know, taking action and feeling good about yourself physically, energetically. It'll start to sort of pick up in that way. So it's really good news. Other stuff going on this week, you know, there's not too much else. So there's just a few things. On Monday, Venus in Libra is square with Pluto in Capricorn. So this is kind of a difficult energy. If you're dealing with, say, a lot of women in the workplace, this could be difficult energy for dealing with women. It can be also difficult relationship energy. So, you know, Venus in Libra wants harmony, wants peacefulness, but Pluto asks us to transform. So there can be some tension with this energy on Monday, feeling sort of between a rock and a hard place in some way, emotionally, psychologically, with regards to your relationships or people in your life. So with a square, it is a need to adjust, and squares are always about growing, but through adjusting our focus. And, you know, Pluto as well, as I said, it's about transformation and growth and psychological development. So it is difficult energy, but it's asking us to grow in some way. So maybe facing some fears in regards to relationships and that sort of thing. Could also affect finances as well. So Tuesday, Mars goes direct, as I mentioned. Also on Tuesday, we have Mercury, the planet of communication, in Leo, making a square with Jupiter. So on the one hand, you know, on Tuesday, you can feel mentally a bit more optimistic, a bit more hopeful about things. But on the negative side, you know, it can sort of be being overly being too optimistic and not being realistic can be a bit of an issue. Or it can also be seeing the big picture of things, having a bigger view about your life, taking the long view rather than the detailed view. And just a little bit with this energy, you may need to watch out for either yourself or others being maybe a little bit too bombastic or arrogant, or, you know, cocky attitudes can come out with this type of energy with Mercury, because the Mercury, which rules speech, in the sign of Leo, it's already quite a dominant, sort of blunt, bossy kind of energy in its lower nature. In its higher nature, it can be quite creative and productive, but square with Jupiter, it can be sort of things being thrown out of proportion. So just be careful of your speech, especially on Tuesday, because if you are someone that's quite Jupiterian or has strong Leo energy, you could be a bit blunt and regret it afterwards. Sunday, Mercury in Leo makes a nice aspect to Venus, makes a sextile aspect to Venus, so that's good. Just going to shuffle the cards as I finish talking about this. And so on Sunday, you know, there could be a nice energy around communication with people. There could be social events for some. There could be connecting even via, you know, online or text messages or any type of communication, that it can come through quite heart-centered and quite positive in regards to relationships. Or for some people, it could be some positive news is incoming. Let's have a look at the cards for this week. As I said, this is, I think I mentioned, Golden Universal Tarot. That's the other thing with Mercury square Jupiter. You could feel a bit mentally scattered. That's another thing. And maybe lacking in some discipline, perhaps. All right, so let's see what we've got for the week ahead with Mars direct for everybody. That's one. There's lots of energy over here today on this side of the deck. Which one is it? This one. Okay. Just move closer. And then I'll pull up one oracle card as well. So, oh, the Three of Swords. Oh, I'm not a fan of that card, you know. The Three of Cups. Oh my goodness. The Devil. Wow. Some pretty intense energies here. So, it's interesting. I think this definitely relates to the Venus square Pluto energy to start with. There can be issues in relationships to do with balanced power and control, and, you know, being too rigid in relationships. This is all about relating in relationships. So if it's not a relationship as such, like a one-to-one relationship, it would be, you know, it could be like you're one of 3 siblings and there's an issue about control in the dynamics of your relationship with your siblings, for one. It could be heartbreak in relationships is on your mind, or, like, it sounds weird to say heartbreak is on your mind, but you could be worried about your relationships is more what I'm getting. You could be very concerned about love and happiness, because the Three of Cups is about celebration. But here we have, you know, a lot of difficult emotions here. I'm actually going to get a clarity card because I feel like I need more between the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups. Let's see what else we've got here. It's the Hanged Man. Okay. So it looks like there's a situation that is stuck, and it's to do with relationships here. So it could be that your happiness is on hold, and that's another aspect of how I could read this. A lot of energy here. With the Hanged Man, it's saying that, you know, there's a frustration in some aspect of your life. So whether that's to do with a work situation, whether it's to do with a family situation or a relationship situation, there's a feeling of being just stagnant here and being stuck. And for some people, it's like it just feels unhappy is what I'm getting here with the Three of Swords. So that's the energy for this week. I'll pull an oracle card to see, you know, if there's any hope in this situation. But I mean, there's always hope, but it could be just that you're reevaluating something, or you're really in deep thought, deep spiritual, a deep spiritual process about, you know, a very inward process about what do I do about this particular situation. I do feel for some people it's extreme unhappiness with a work situation. And you may work with women here, because there's 3 women here, and I do feel there could be a clique in the workplace for some people, and it could be a bit unpleasant there. And this is like feeling bound to the situation, feeling controlled by the situation, and feeling like there's negative contracts involved with yourself and other people. For some people, I am getting family, like the family unit. There's some underlying sadness here, some underlying feeling that things are broken in some way, you know, with the Three of Swords there. There's something about past resentments here, and also healing childhood wounds that needs to be addressed. And that's why we have the Hangman, because there's a need to look deeper into your own issues, because having these issues is overly controlling with the Devil. A situation that should be a bit more positive is what I'm getting here, rather than feeling like everyone's projecting their wounds onto each other. It's becoming quite a toxic energy here. So there's quite a few different messages. Just see if there's anything else. I want to say for someone out there, might be 1 or 2 people, there's some issue with friendship groups here. And there's a feeling of like wanting to move on from a particular group of friends, or even it could be work colleagues / friends or frenemy type situation. It's like someone feels left out in the cold. Someone feels that their friendship situation or their group situation, whatever that group situation is no longer a happy situation, and it's starting to feel controlling and really negative, and they want out. That's what I'm getting with that. So there's quite a few different messages there. So if it doesn't resonate with you, well, you know, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but as I said, these are, you know, of course, these are very general messages. Let's have a look at a card from the Wisdom Oracle to see, you know, what advice for people in regards to the energies this week. I just want to say for someone, something's coming to me as well. In a relationship, there I'm seeing a man and a woman. There could be someone that is married and they're feeling controlled by their partner. Is what I'm getting. They're feeling overly controlled by their partner. They feel like they can't be themselves. They feel like they can't. I feel like I'm always getting difficulty breathing. Like there's some issues there that's coming up. That was another message. All right. So what advice do we have this week? Which one is it? Yeah, that one. To the sea. Interesting. All right. I'm just going to tune into the energy here. Just get a little bit closer. It's a 7, you know, and there's a really, the water, you know, water is very emotional, and there's a lot of water here. This person feels, you know, this could be you or someone that you're in a relationship with, or someone that is part of your life, someone that you know or is close to you. Somebody feels very alone emotionally and feels very misunderstood. So you could be dealing with this type of energy this week. It's a 7, which is a very spiritual energy. There's something about being misunderstood, and it could be something to do with, for some people, it's your actual path in life. Like you feel like you're being called spiritually to a different path to what you're actually on at the moment. And that's what I'm getting here. It's like something, and it might feel a little bit depressing because you don't want to make that change, or you feel like if you make that change, you'll be more alone, or you'll be disconnected from people. I'm drawn to, there's a compass, I don't know if it's a compass, but it's a symbol that's on a compass, an arrow that moves in the direction of north, south, east and west. And it's really like this boat is taking this person on a journey, and they really sort of have to go with the wind in a sense, which is their intuition. So what this is telling me is this week the message is listen to your intuition. You may not be able to make changes right now, like straight away this week, though some people might start to get the ball rolling in some aspect of their life. But this is saying trust your intuition where it's guiding you. Sometimes changes seem, you know, difficult or painful on the surface, but it's leading you to something greater where you can have more freedom. Or, you know, it's leading you to something where you can work on a particular life lesson that will allow you to expand your path in the future. So it's a very spiritual energy. It's really about continuing to listen to your intuition moving forward, and you know, being in tune with your emotional self as well. So that was the reading, everyone. If you would like a personal reading with me, follow the links below to my online store. Turnaround time at the moment is 7 to 14 business days approximately. Thank you so much, everyone. I really wish everyone a wonderful week. Thank you. Bye.